Okay, guys, so as we know, Americans have a wide variety of constitutional rights, two of which I'm about to flex really hard right now, and I suggest you follow in suit. Number one is the right to peaceful assembly. That's where your participation comes into play. You guys are always asking me, what's to be done? Well, here's your opportunity. Number two is freedom of speech. This is where social media comes into play, and I want my intentions to be very clear here. If any social media platform attempts to take down this post, demonetize it, I don't care. But if you attempt to take down this post under the guise of violating community standards, I very much intend on launching a massive lawsuit, taking it all the way to the Supreme Court, just so I can start a new precedent where private entities doing business in America cannot violate our constitutional right to freedom of speech. So now that we have my intention understood, let's go ahead and discuss. So first and foremost, I'm sick of it. And I know you guys are too, because I hear you relating to me in the comments all of the time, reposting me all of the time. What am I sick of? I'm sick of our food quality. I'm sick of our subpar health care. I'm sick of us being overtaxed while the upper 1% pays none at all. And these are the people raising the cost of our goods and services that they provide to the American people, but not the wages of the American people they employ. I'm sick of hedge funds and corporations buying up all of the houses in America so we can't afford to own homes and we can't afford to pay rent. I'm sick of it all. I'm sick of the industrial military complex. I'm sick of the overtaxation and industrial military complex taking away my tax dollars so that we can fund genocides overseas. I'm sick of it. And you guys are always asking me, what's to be done? What's to be done? I'm going to tell you what's to be done. I don't think that Americans register how far the American dollar actually reaches. We are the welfare system for the globe. That is why we are slaves to our government. We are funding everybody else's supplemental assistance. We are funding everybody else's high standard of living. We are funding everybody else's war. The powers that be are infamously known for funding both sides of pretty much every war that's ever happened. Why? Because there is profit in war. I'm sick of our money going to focus on war and not improving the standard of living for the entire world, because we literally have the capability to do that. So if all Americans have in their power is the fact that their slave labor builds up the American dollar, what do we do? What do we do to make our government work for us like it's supposed to, and not us working for our government and everybody else's? We need to take our power back. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're liberal, conservative, black, white, Hispanic, young, old. I don't care. We need to unite in solidarity. We need to all be in agreement that if come April 1st, our government is not renegotiating the standard of living in America, putting stricter restrictions on food production and manufacturing, farming, and so on. If they are not willing to offer us free healthcare, if they're not willing to stop taking all of our tax dollars and allocating them to an industrial military complex or a foreign genocide for that matter, if they're not willing to tax the upper 1% that is currently benefiting off our slave labor, if they're not willing to force these hedge funds and corporations to immediately release all of the single family homes back into the market, if they're not going to start monitoring these banks and their outrageous interest rates, we are not going to work and we are not going to spend. And that is very much going to happen on April 1st. Now, I have no malicious intention. I'm not attempting to incite an insurrection or a riot. This isn't treason. This is flexing the constitutional rights that I was given when I was born an American citizen. I have the right to peaceful assembly. I don't need a permit to not show up to work. I have the right to freedom of speech. I don't need to ask anybody to say what I want to. So I would highly suggest, if you're currently watching this right now, if you're still here with me, please help me spread the word that come April 1st, we should do a national strike. That is what Americans need to do, because if we are not united, we will absolutely fall. United we stand, divided we fall. So please don't ever hop under any of my posts asking me what can be done. You know the plan. Now it's on you. Do you want change or do you want to keep going this way? Because I don't know about y'all. I am having nervous breakdown after nervous breakdown. I am almost 40. I can't buy a home. I'll never be able to buy a home. And it's looking like my children won't either. And if you guys don't register, seriously, how consequential this moment, it is pivotal in American history that we stand up right now. Currently, the upper 1% is buying up all of the houses. They are also buying up all of the farmland. They are also patenting aluminum resistant seeds. Do you guys not understand that they are monopolizing on American slavery so we can continue being the global welfare system and funding everybody else's wars? Like, I seriously don't think you guys get it. This is not a conspiracy. This is real, and this is happening. And if we don't do something right now, look at how bleak shit is. What do you think our kids are going to inherit? So are y'all really land of the free, home of the brave? Is that what we are? Are we land of the doomed, home of the slaves? You know, pick. Because it ain't about voting anymore. It's a little bit bigger than that now. And just a quick edit to be abundantly clear, I am proposing that as of April 1st, all 332 million Americans unite in peaceful solidarity. We don't go to work. We don't spend a single American cent. None of it. We don't buy goods. We don't buy services. We don't pay taxes. We don't do any of it until our government starts renegotiating a better standard of living for Americans. Up until they decide to put the best interest of American citizens first and not the best interest of the American dollar, we don't show up for America. America needs to show up for us now. There is no Sleepy Joe babbling his way through this. And let me tell you, some comb-over trust fund baby trying to sell us ugly sneakers is not going to make America great again. Americans are going to make America great again through action. You can't bury your head in the sand anymore. It's here. It's now. If you really lack the foresight to see what they are currently orchestrating against us, what they are forming against us, I can't make it more clear, guys. We cannot continue on like this. We need to unite in peaceful solidarity, protesting against America right now. Help me spread the word. 332 million Americans need to get on deck with this. Let's do it. It's time America shows up for us.